Hi, today we are going to talk about the negotiation case of Zini, which is Nico with her mother. And our topic is back to Australia during COVID-19. And we will divide our presentation into 4 parts: introduction, case information, analyze, and conclusion. Let me start with the introduction part. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19, both nations of Australia and China have had borders restriction in place since February 1, 2020. These policies of hard borders has proved of one of the biggest industry in Australia, which is education in the Thai sport. Since large number of students in Australia comprises international students, the restriction has created circumstances where some students are not able to continue education and some feel the process of online education to be inefficient. Our team member Nico faced the same dilemma. As the situation with COVID-19 seems to improve a little and advance of vaccines have made people and government confidence, international students have found a way to reach Australia. One way to continue on-campus study includes a transit through third countries. Although it is possible to reach Australia for on-campus study, the process involves abiding by strict restriction of all the 3 countries, isolations, and medical tests. In our presentation, we will analyze this case by considering all the factors, and we will try to present our case to Nico's concerned mother.
So next, I'm going to talk about the case information from Nico's point of view. Her position is going back to Australia to continue her studies. The interests are divided into 3 factors. First, because of the agreement with the apartment owner about her luggage that need to be out of the apartment before the end of February. If she succeeds the time on the contractor, she's going to pay an extra $500 per month for keeping her luggage. Second, she felt it's unworth to pay the same tuition fee for online classes. Thirdly, because there is a direct application for a landing visa in Thailand, and some Chinese students have already transferred to Thailand. Hence, Nico also wants to try this way, and she has a great hope to return to Australia smoothly through the quarantine of a third country.
So, from Nico's mother's point of view, the safety of her daughter is the priority. At that time, the domestic epidemic situation became more and more serious, and the community access restrictions were increasingly strengthened. Under this circumstance, it is dangerous for Nico to go to Australia from a third country. Secondly, the shooting accident that happened in the center of Bangkok at more risk to the journey back to Australia. Besides, the tickets to Thailand and Australia were snapping up by a large number of international students, which made it more difficult to get one ticket. And the ticket price is twice as high as usual. Also, it will cost more expense on the way to Thailand. Nico's mother thinks that is a kind of financial burden, which is unnecessary to carry. Staying at home is a more economical way.
So the following up is the offer and button from each side. The offer of Nico is that she promised her mother that she will take daily precautions while in Thailand, and she would contact her mother daily to ensure her safety.
And from Nico's mother offer, in case the policy would change, she wants Nico to wait at least 14 days in China and wait for the new policies from the both nations. Meanwhile, this will allow sometimes for Nico's mother to save for travel expense.
And about Nico's partner, if Nico is unable to successfully return to Australia from Thailand, she will choose to return to China, going for her online classes and pay the luggage fee. In the meantime, waiting for the new Australian entry policy during the following up process.
And from Nico's mother's partner, if Nico insists on going to Thailand, she will contact her friends' children who are studying in Australia as well to go with Nico, so they will be able to take care of each other in Thailand. At the same time, she will prepare enough money for Nico.
So after a long time of communication, the result of the negotiation is that Nico accepts her mother's offer and her mother accepts Nico's partner. In the end, Nico went to Thailand and back to Australia successfully. And for the next part, Howard, which is we, is going to analyze the trust issues that are linked to our case.
Thank you, Nico. In this part, we're going to analyze the negotiation from 2 theories. The first one is trust issue. Trust is an expectation that one party will act in a beneficial rather than explorative way, but it involves risking the situation not working as planned. There are two types of trust: calculus-based trust and identification-based trust. For the calculus-based trust, trust can likewise be propelled by sure words for following the arrangement. In that capacity, liquidity contains for the sort of trust to be named calculus-based trust. The trust ought to judiciously choose to confide in the other party, not because they fear negative outcomes, but since they need to accomplish positive results. The strongest form of trust is the identification-based trust, in which the parties effectively understand and appreciate the wishes of the others. The type of trust is characterized by an effort to identify with others and to help others understand their goals. This kind of trust is often based on the long-term relationship, where the parties have to achieve not only individual goals but also common goals. As far as we know, Nicole and her mother have a long-standing family relationship, so each party carefully listens to and understands the other's viewpoints during the negotiation. Individuals get a high probability of predicting the other party's thoughts because of considerable communication. To make a more inclusive decision, the mother puts herself in her daughter's shoes. Nicole was able to deduce that her mother would most likely reject the plan to travel to a third country after 14 days. As a result, Nicole proposes more security measures to convince her mother to compromise, and they made agreement. So we can say that they are identification-based trust. Next part is Grace. Thank you.
And so for the bargaining mix, a bargaining mix is an issue set for negotiation. Each element of bargaining mix can have its starting point, target, and point of resistance. The point beyond which a negotiator does not want to compromise a point of resistance or reserve. We can see this picture, this table shows Nicole and Nicole's mother's initial offer, target point, and resistance point. According to the discussion we found in the trust issues, Nicole's mother accepts Nicole's offer and Nicole accepts her mother's partner. We can find from the table that the initial offer is a condition that neither party agree with. Target point is the expectation of both parties for an achievable outcome. The resistance point is the limit of compromise on both sides. Therefore, it is impossible for both sides to maximize their interests at the same time, and only one side can compromise to achieve the best results, which is why Nicole's mother accepts her offer. And the dual concern model suggests that conflicts requires balancing the concern of meeting one's own goals and the concern for other people and maintaining healthy relationship. In this case, Nicole and her mother focus on both themselves when conflicts arise. Nicole is in the content position in strategic choices, so she is concerned more about her own interests and hard to compromise. On the other hand, Nicole's mother loves her daughter and is concerned more about her safety problem, so she offers to keep Nicole in China at the beginning. However, due to the trust relationship and Nicole's insistence, her mother is the conceded position. Therefore, considering Nicole's studies and maintaining their positive relationship, her mother conceded in the end.
So from conclusion, we are going to talk about what we learned from this case study. So first, the trust issue, we learned that higher levels of trust makes negotiations easier and tend to create collaborative behavior. Parties that trust each other to negotiate collaboratively will eventually reach a result that is integrated in negotiations. On the other hand, after analyzing with the bargaining mix, we learned that based on more concerns of relationships, the best result of a bargaining mix is one party compromise with the other one and then reach a win-win situation for both sides. And that's our presentation from our team. Thank you for listening.